You are listening to Penne Pyro, Book 2 of the Jade Sommer Series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2021. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 24. That night I took back my delivery duties, and Mila resumed being a hostess. I didn't want to have to deal with Gershwin again. As it was, he still hadn't written a review for the restaurant from this morning. I was sure he would. Did he take a bribe not to write anything about the restaurant? The whole thing had me confused. I'd rather focus on driving than thinking about that puckered-face food snob. When I returned from my final delivery, I was startled to see a shadowy figure at the back door until I recognized Logan. "Why are you skulking around the alley?" I asked as I parked and turned off the scooter.
I saw something interesting today.
I wasn't a genius, but I didn't have to be to know what he was talking about. "That's great," I said. "I better get these receipts inside so Ross can go home." He blocked me from the door.
What the hell were you thinking?
That Ross is probably tired and wants to go home.
Don't play dumb. You were at an underground fighting match.
His dark eyes scanned me as if looking for injuries.
What were you thinking?
It's done. I'm alive and never doing it again. I was about to pass him when he put his arm out, stopping me. I paused.
Do you promise you won't fight again?
I never want to do that again, I said honestly. You don't need my promise because there's no amount of money that would make it worth it. He let his hand drop.
Were you hurt?
No, I'm fine. How did you see the fight?
Kobe's channel.
I groaned. I'm going to kill him.
I nearly did.
You spoke to him?
Yes, and he promised he will never pull a stunt like that again.
A small smile crept on Logan's lips. What? I asked.
Where did you get that costume?
Don't remind me. It was Mila's idea. Kobe Flower bombed me, and Mila had the costume ready and waiting. Do you think they were in on it together? He laughed.
I think so.
Great. If I had both Mila and Kobe working together, I was doomed. His smile drifted away as he said,
I'm sorry about this morning. I don't know how we ended up like that. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
I had been a long way from uncomfortable. It wasn't a big deal, I said. I'm sorry you were late this morning. Did you get in trouble at work?
No, I wasn't late for work,
he said, and then paused.
Did Avery say anything to you?
About what?
Nothing. I just wanted to make sure she didn't take out her frustration on you.
What did I do this time?
Nothing. I was late for a meeting with the wedding planner.
I'm sorry, Logan.
It was my fault. I should have set an alarm on my phone, but I haven't needed an alarm for a long time. I thought for sure sleeping on a hard floor would have kept me up most of the night anyway.
And it was all for nothing. The arsonist didn't make an appearance.
Which I am thankful for.
Yeah, me too. But, do you want to hear something interesting?
Does it have to do with the arsonist?
Maybe.
Please tell me you aren't trying to investigate.
I'm not. My one suspect didn't seem like a suspect anymore. Until this morning.
What happened this morning?
I saw Gershwin at a diner. He walked in, sat down, and then a manager gave him a white envelope. He took it and put it in his pocket and then left. He didn't even eat. I've been waiting for him to post a good review.
Did he?
No, but maybe he was bribed not to write a review. He's known for his rotten tomato reviews. Maybe no review is better than a rotten one.
Was Mila at the diner? Did she see the same thing?
Mila wasn't there. I was there with Nash. He didn't see the exchange.
Nash?
Yes. Logan's jaw tightened slightly, which made me happy, but I shouldn't have been. Nothing happened between Nash and me. We parted ways after the restaurant. Still, the small flare of emotion from Logan was nice. "You don't like Nash," I said. "Why?"
Fine. I don't like him, and I can't say why. It's just a feeling I get when I'm around him.
"Are you jealous because he likes Avery?"
Did he say that?
"He said they've had moments. Not sure what that means, but I think he still has a thing for her. Maybe ask Avery." The door opened and Avery walked outside. She spotted us immediately. Her gaze narrowed on me before she asked Logan.
"What's going on out here?"
Logan stepped toward her.
I thought you might want to ride home.
"I'm not going home yet. I have plans to go over next week's menu with Nash.
Tonight?
We always plan the next menu on Sunday night, but you can drop me off if you want."
There was a chilliness to her voice that made me wince for Logan. He played it cool and didn't react. Avery glanced at me.
"This is my last night here. Good luck with your restaurant."
The sentiment was there, but the tone lacked the warmth. She might as well have just said, "I hope the Pyro takes out your restaurant." I smiled and said, "Thank you for your help this week. It meant a lot to my family."
"My pleasure."
Logan turned to me.
Tell Ross I'll meet him at the Rusty Screw in 20.
I gave a nod and headed inside. I didn't envy Logan. Avery was obviously upset with both of us. He'd hear about it on the car ride. Something about planning a menu on a Sunday night nagged at me. Wouldn't they need to know their menu sooner than that? They would have to order the correct ingredients. And why late at night? I'd much rather come in before the shift to discuss menus. Heading through the kitchen, I found Ross at the desk in the office, weeding through papers. Pulling out money and receipts from my pocket, I placed them on the desk next to him.
How did you do tonight?
It was a decent night. I'm sure I didn't make as many tips as Mila, but it wasn't horrible. Logan said he'll meet you at the Rusty Screw in 20. Ross paused at shuffling through papers to look at me.
What?
He said he'll meet you at the Rusty Screw in 20 minutes.
When did you see him?
He was out back waiting for Avery when I returned. Avery has other plans, so he said he'd meet up with you.
He was out back.
Yes. Didn't you know?
If I knew, I wouldn't be asking. He never said anything about the Rusty Screw. I have plans. He knows that.
What plans?
None of your business.
Would they be plans that might make a certain girl jealous?
Maybe. Text Logan and tell him I can't make it. I'm trying to get out of here.
Leave the receipts. I'll take care of it.
Are you sure?
Yes. Go have fun. Just keep it on the down low. I have to live with Mila.
Done.
He stood, grabbed his keys, and was gone before I could say goodbye. Sitting at the desk, I looked to see where Ross left off. Mila peeked into the office a few moments later.
"Where did Ross go?"
He left. I told him I'd close the books.
"Oh, he didn't even say goodbye."
I'm sure he feels terrible about it.
"He does not."
She said with a sigh as she perched on the edge of the desk.
"Do you think I make him nervous? Do I come on too strong?"
Maybe a little too strong. But you are who you are. Find a guy who likes that about you.
Easier said than done.
Tell me about it.
What do you mean? You have two guys fawning over you.
I glanced at her with a raised brow. Who?
Don't play dumb. Nash and Logan.
Maybe Nash. But I just saw Logan and there was no fawning.
He does in his own way. Who else would sleep on the floor just to be with you?
I didn't want to get into it. No matter what I said, Mila would twist it around and put thoughts in my head that had no business being there. I have about 30 minutes of work left, I said. Do you want to wait for me, or do you want to leave now?
I guess I'll head home now. I need a shower after that creepy reviewer came in.
Gershwin? Mila had my full attention. What happened?
He was so demanding. Wanted everything exactly how he wanted it, or he'd get that pinched expression and start typing on his phone. I was running around like mad just keeping him in glasses that didn't sweat. I actually broke a sweat myself.
I should have warned you about that. He did the same thing to me. But did he give us a good review?
I haven't checked.
Pulling out my phone, I found his review. Same as before. 3 chef hats. Avery's cooking was the only thing that saved us. I'm not surprised. I didn't get a chance to tell you before, but I think this guy is taking bribes to not review. He was in the same restaurant Nash and I were in this morning. He sat down at the table like he was going to eat, but then the manager walked out and handed him an envelope. He left right after. And there's no review posted.
So, he's back to being a suspect?
I'm not sure what to think. But there's something definitely wrong here.
True. But if he is the Pyro, he must have taken the night off. No restaurant was hit last night.
Nothing about this makes any sense, I said. But I can't shake the feeling he's somehow involved.
Maybe if someone doesn't pay him, he writes a bad review, and then someone who works with him torches the place.
I suppose. But who would want to work with him?
Not me,
She said with a shiver. Me either. Well, go shower. I'll head out soon. Oh, and as soon as I get the money from Sparrow, I'll pay you back for everything. She waved off my concern.
Don't worry about it.
I have to. I know what you make here, and it won't cover me mooching off of you, especially not with your taste in wine.
I only bought 1 bottle. It's not like I bought the vineyard.
If you did, you'd be rich at $500 a bottle. She shoved away from the desk.
I'd rather drink the wine. See you at home.
After she left, I looked at my phone again and searched for Chateau Vallée Enchantée. I found the website right away and clicked on it. A pretty stone house surrounded by a sloping vineyard was on the homepage. It was a gorgeous place, especially with the colors of the setting sun behind it. Skimming through the details of the vineyard, I was about to scroll past a picture but stopped. There was a man standing next to stacked barrels. His smile was wide and bright. It reminded me of Mila's smile. In fact, there were some resemblances between this man and Mila. He looked to be slightly older than Mila, maybe in his 30s. Could they be siblings? Cousins? I clicked on the About page and read that the vineyard was owned by Colin LeSueur. That name wasn't familiar, but that didn't mean much. My finger hovered over the Contact Us button, wanting to find out if Mila was somehow tied to this vineyard. But I took my finger away and closed the browser. If she wanted to tell me about her life, she would. I hated it when people poked around in my life. I wouldn't do the same to her. The money she spent did worry me, but she was a grown adult, and if she really was related to the vineyard owner, maybe she was a trust fund baby. I turned my attention back to the accounting. When I was nearly finished, I heard a knock on the back door. Hesitantly, I walked out of the office and over to the door. Who could be knocking at this hour?
Ross, are you in there?
Logan called, rapping on the door again. I let out a breath I had been holding. You scared me, I said as I opened the door.
Did you give Ross my message? He wasn't at the Rusty Screw, and he's not answering my texts.
Sorry. That was my fault. He said he was going out. He seemed to think you knew. Logan's eyes widened slightly before he nodded.
I forgot.
How did things go with Avery?
She's mad at me, but she refuses to talk about it.
I'm sorry. Do you need a sympathetic ear at the Rusty Screw? I'm almost done here. I really didn't want to be that ear, but I would. If I had to be friends with Logan, I'd have to get used to hearing about his problems with Avery sooner or later.
No, that's okay.
He said, looking past me.
Are you here alone?
Yeah, why?
Does no one in your family think of safety?
I paused. I have a feeling nothing I say will be the right answer. He nudged me away from the door and stepped through, closing it behind him.
I'll drive you home when you're done.
I wasn't expecting company, but I'd take it. A free ride home would be great, especially since my leg was still aching. But judging from Logan's crossed arms, I had a feeling this wasn't going to be pleasant.